Clark step in a bear trap.
Yeah.
And then tried to thrash her with a knife. I was like, man, I know this little girl is not about to kill Clark.
And what was it that Clark said? She's like, great, there's 2 people left on the planet, and one of them's a child from hell.
Yeah. So they eventually become friends or whatever, companions, and they flash or jetpack 6 years, and little Maddie's all grown up.
Yeah.
A little bit, anyway. Let's talk about the spaceship, the life on space. Well, what are they calling it now? Arc 2.
Space crew.
Right, space crew. We'll call them space crew. Talk about what's going on there.
It seems like a little bit's changed.
Definitely.
I don't know. People keep talking about how more grown up they seem, but I don't really notice it that much. I notice it in Clark a lot because maybe we saw more of her in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Harper looked the same to me.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't really anything that made me think like, wow, 6 years has passed since the last time I saw her.
Monty looked a lot different to me.
Yeah, and his mentality was a bit different as well.
Yeah, definitely.
To me, Amori had the biggest sort of change that I saw. I mean, she loves space. That girl can't get enough of space.
I'll have to agree. But to me, I don't know. I guess the biggest thing on the ship for me in the beginning is just kind of the dynamic of how things have shaped now. You know, the different relationships. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. It's just, I love how they're setting things up on the ship.
Like, we still have no idea how things got to the way that they are. So
right.
It's all new.
Yeah. So let's talk about, they see the spaceship as, who was it? Bellamy and
Murphy.
And Murphy were sparring. And they see a ship in the distance. For me, I thought that was kind of awesome. I was taken back. I was like, whoa, we didn't know about these guys. Who is it? Who are these people? I was like,
we did kind of know about them because we saw them in the end of season 4.
Well, true. But I'm saying I wasn't expecting that. How's it? I just wasn't expecting to see them.
I actually think it looked really cool, too, to see that ship out the window of the ring.
Yeah. Did you notice it was hovering over the green area?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're having this discussion. Of course, Murph, he's going to do what he wants to do. He's like, turn on the lights. Show him we're over here. They're like, wait, Murph, it doesn't work like that. You're over here. Oh, we find out Murph has been a loner, you know, so he's over there not joining the crew. And he's like, we're turning the lights on. That's a spaceship. That's our way out of here. And everybody else was like, nah, hold on. Let's think about this.
Yeah. So
eventually, while they're debating, they see a drop ship. And then they were like, holy shit, a drop ship. Yeah, turn the lights on.
Well, they didn't say turn the lights on, but they went to radio them, right? To try to radio them.
Yeah, they tried to radio them. But somebody said, yeah, let's turn on the lights. And Murph was like, oh, now she wants to turn on lights. I thought that was kind of funny.
No, when she wanted to go talk on the radio and Bellamy told Amori to go get on the radio, Murphy said, great, now she wants to talk.
I still hate him. You know I still hate him, right?
Well, it's only been one episode.
I've hated him for every episode since the beginning of the 100. Now that we've got that out the way in season 5, I still hate Murph. Now, I thought it was cool how I just like the whole scene and setup after the dropship came down near Clark's camp, whatever. I love it felt like a video game how she was watching him at the scope. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that, and that's also another parallel that we're leading into with Clark and Lincoln now. She was actually scouting them.
Right.
And she drew all their guns in her journal and how many there were of each of them. And she was in like a little cave counting her ammo.
A little ode to Lincoln.
Yeah.
But, that's general tactics. I don't know if we can really count that as parallel to Lincoln. Because that's the smart thing to do. Right?
Well, I mean, a normal person just would have counted the people. It wouldn't have just been like, let's draw out what all the guns look like, and Lincoln just kept a tally before.
Yeah. Yeah,
He just crossed them off when they were dead.
So as they're coming out, I'm wondering what's going on. Here's my beef, right? We just started the season, and like, there's always a reason for war or some fighting. Like, couldn't these people just be friendlies? Who would arm prisoners? Or maybe they took over the ship. Who knows?
I think that's supposed to be what happened, but we don't know that yet. So
yeah. All I was just saying is like,
yeah.
First episode, we're right back to...
But we do hear the guy ask that mean lady, he says, should I get the non-violent offenders? She's like, yeah, both of them. So there's only two non-violent offenders on the entire ship.
Okay. I'm just like, how are we in the first episode? I mean, conflict is apparent and clear and present danger. It's just, we're right back in the mix.
Well, Jasper got speared in the pilot. They just take off running in this show.
Yeah.
There is no time to relax in the world of the 100.
That's what I'm saying. You're right.
Unless you were Clark and Maddie for 6 years.
Yeah, they had a pretty good life, huh?
Yeah. She's taught Maddie a lot.
She has. I mean, that's Clark for you, though.
And that's one thing, too, I think that we're going to be surprised by her. Maddie, I think we're going to be surprised about her as a character.
Well, I'm surprised already because, lo and behold, she pops a guy in the head. I was like, whoa.
And didn't even look scared after.
Nah. I mean, there's some literally killer kids on 100.
Yeah.
First Charlotte, now Maddie. I think the other big thing for me was the ending. I thought that was awesome. How we Bellamy was talking about going to the ground, and weren't they talking about if Octavia's alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. And next thing you know, our next scene, Octavia's
running Fight Club.
Literally running Fight Club. But wasn't it awesome to see her like that?
Yeah, she kind of looked like Queen Naya. It was a little scary.
Yeah, she was
the Queen of Asgada. She looked a little scary.
She was very intimidating.
For me, one of the coolest parts was finding out where Maddie came from. Because that was one of the things that I had questioned since we saw that Clark had found her.
Yeah.
And I know there's still more to that backstory to go, but at least we got,
we got a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a parallel to Octavia, which is
right.
also really cool.
Right.
Which I think that's why they're going to get along when they meet.
You think so?
Yeah.
Or do you know?
They were both hidden in the floor. Like, come on. How do you not bond over that?
Yeah, I get your point. To summarize, got a lot of things going on, a lot of subplots, a lot of backfill, and I guess we have a lot of holes to fill in from all the time that's passed. But I'm happy that it doesn't pick up exactly where we left off. You know, some time has passed, and there's a whole. It's just they can go in so many directions because we don't know the backstory, so we don't know what's coming. We have no idea.
We got a bunch of answers and a hell of a lot more questions.
And I'm excited. It was good to see it again. When I go back, this was definitely the weakest first episode I've seen out of 100 and the 5 seasons. The 4 previous seasons. This is the weakest to me. What about you?
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, there wasn't really, unless the only thing they could have done to change that would have been if they started the season off in the bunker.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where the most crazy is going on.
Yeah. And like you said,
I mean, they had to introduce the new antagonist, so they had to show us outside first.
Yeah. It was with so much time being passed, I can understand this episode being the way it is. It's not like we're picking up at the end of a previous season. Time has passed, and there's a lot of explanation and time gaps to fill, right?
Yeah.
So this...
Like, nobody was taken by anybody at the end of the last season.
Yeah.
Nobody was forced into some weird world in the end of the other one. And I'm trying to think of the finales.
I mean, I know what you're trying to say is there was nothing for this season to feed off. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of the first episode of season 5 as a pilot to a new show. Almost.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. You're exactly right. This is a whole new beginning of the 100. Yeah. They're resetting. Yeah. They're resetting, which is good. They're probably going to stick to the formula, but I think it was time for a reset. And that's why, as we talked off air, I told you I think they at least had 3 more seasons, especially if they reset.
Well, I've heard that they end this season in a way where they can start a whole new world again.
Cool. So I don't want to hear any of that shit. I just want to be surprised. That's why I hadn't been on the internet since this episode came out.
That's like the most you're gonna get. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Like I've just heard everything's been really hush hush. So
good. Well, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm sorry. Good. No,
Okay. So, all in all, good start. Not great. Not for me. But enticing. I'm curious. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to next week, especially after that teaser we saw. Wasn't much, but it was enough to show me that I'm ready for some Octavia.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 100 is back. It's season 5, episode 1. Eden. We're ready for episode 2. Looking forward to it. Glad to have you back. Let's enjoy this season. Let's have fun. We will see you next week.
For the Red Queen.
Jaha. Oh.